I'm Wes Barney, and this is Bone, Fin, Feather, and Pelt. It's 7:02 in the morning, and I just got done tracking my biggest public land buck yet. Right there. And that is a beautiful Virginia 8-point. And so I've been tracking him for about 2 hours this morning. Archery gun. Shot him last night, about an hour before sunset, maybe a little bit later than that. And tracked him for a little bit last night. I thought I heard him crash, but it must have just been him laying down, because I waited a little bit, probably not long enough, and I ended up jumping him. So I backed out last night. If anybody knows who's ever had to stop tracking deer at night, it's one of the worst feelings in the world. But I had a good blood trail. I mean, a lot of dark red blood, big piles of it, you know, every step that he was taking. And I just kept tracking this morning, and I'll tell you what, this is by far the longest track I've ever had to make on a whitetail deer. I just took my time, and I'm blessed to be on about 3,000 acres of public land right now. And fortunately, I didn't have to worry about him crossing over into somebody else's tract or anything, but you know, the weather was great. Didn't have to worry about rain. Everything worked out being able to track his deer. But I put in a lot of work and a lot of time to get set up in the right place, but not a lot of time on the ground. I only had about an hour and a half, 2 hours to scout this place. But you know, as you're out in the woods more, not even necessarily just hunting animals, but as you're out observing them, you're going to come across the animals, and you're going to see the way they move, the different times of year. And if you pay attention to that stuff, you know, depending on the species you're hunting, you can kind of start to narrow down where you're going to go, or at least where the deer are going to be. You know, I just did a little scouting, did a little recon, found a spot, got in there early, had patience, sat there, and made sure I had the wind to my favor, where I figured these deer were going to approach. And you know, right there about an hour before dark, just like they normally do, especially these bucks. Came out right where I figured he was gonna cross, and he was making his way to a field, or at least to check some does. But I was down in the woods, and I tell you, he gave me a tough shot. You know, being able to successfully harvest a whitetail buck on public lands is, you know, it's a big accomplishment for me. I've killed a lot of deer, a lot of does, a lot of bucks. And each one's been a different experience, very unique. This hunt's no different. You know, I'm gonna try to break it down as much as possible, but it certainly makes me a better outdoorsman to really put in the time and learn how to get all set up so I could be successful, you know, in a short amount of time in a place. But I tell you what, there's a few places more beautiful than a managed wildlife area. Seeing new places, exploring new areas, learning new things, that's what this adventure is all about. And you know, I want to share it, and I hope everybody takes something from it. But you got to get outdoors, and yeah, I'm gonna close this one out.